Let's say you and your partner are both over 50 and want to find a way to make your relationship start again. Routines in a relationship may have made things a little dull, which can hurt your connection as a couple. But what if I told you there are two positions that can completely change those intimate moments? It's not just about technique, it's about connection and presence. In this video, I'll show you how a few simple chang as can renew the kalo between you and bring much more pleasure and satisfaction. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our other videos about sexuality and relationships. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up to help us reach more people. Leave a 1 in the comments if you were interested in the topic and a 0 if you weren't, so we can make our content better. Let me share a story from a while ago. My partner and I were having a rough patch. You know, everything in our intimate life felt kind of monotonous. Have you ever felt like nothing was happening? Well, one day, without planning anything, we decided to do things differently. Before we got to the fun part, we focused on reconnecting. We looked into each other's eyes, gave each other slow strokes, and talked about deeper things. It was like a flame that had been out for a long time was lit again. From that moment on, everything changed physically and emotionally. It became more intense and special. For many women, especially older women, it's not just the body that matters, but also how present and connected we are in the moment. And it's not just me saying this. A Harvard University study showed that a strong emotional connection before long-term intimacy greatly enhanced the pleasure for both partners. So it's not just the body that matters, but also how each person feels. If you want to know how two simple positions can improve your intimate life, stay tuned. Hey, my name is Laura, and if this is your first time watching my videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any. Let's get started. Number 1, the emotional connection that keeps the flame of passion alive. As we get older, many women, especially those over 50, say that what matters most is how they feel around their partner. It's not just the physical act that counts, but the connection between the two. Research shows that most women value emotional connection much more than the physical part, so the key to rekindling the flame of passion comes from being truly present. It's not just being physically next to her, you have to be connected heart and soul. Here's a tip. Before a private moment, take some time to really connect with her. Talk about something fun, give her a gentle caress, and look into her eyes. It may seem simple, but this can change everything. When my partner and I decided to take a break from our normal routine and instead focus on having fun and lovingly touching each other, everything became more intense and special. If you want to spark passion, you don't need to do big things. Small things make all the difference. Show her that you want her not just for her body, but also for the time you spend together. This makes her feel special and appreciated, and in the end, it's these little things that make the connection between you two stronger. To help you have a more fulfilling and satisfying sexual life, I've also made the digital book Rediscovering Intimacy, Healthy Sexuality After 60 available. In it, you'll find practical and inspiring advice on how to strengthen your relationship while dealing with emotional and physical challenges, as well as effective ways to rekindle passion and connection in marriage. Click on the first comment on the pin to get your copy, but hurry, there are only a few left. Take this chance to change your love and mental life. Number 2. You might think that this position is just a way to cuddle, but it has a lot of power for many women. Feeling safe and CL is very important in spooning off, which offers just that. It's the perfect mix of affection and pleasure, making the moment special. When a woman is in this position, she feels safe in her partner's arms, which brings a sense of security. And guess what? That security doesn't dim the passion, it makes it burn even brighter. When a woman feels safe, she opens up emotionally and physically, and that's when the magic happens. I read a study that showed that couples who cuddle like this with skin-to-skin contact feel more connected. When you spoon someone, you have the chance to form a strong emotional bond with them. Don't think it's just a boring hug. You can make this moment even more special with small gestures. For example, while you're spooning, whisper something sweet into her ear. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. It could just be a compliment about how beautiful she is or how happy you are to be close to her. The words you use can have a huge effect, and remember that you have the chance to touch several sensitive parts of her body. Don't rush. Slow movements can be more powerful. A soft touch on the neck or a kiss behind the ear can make everything stronger. Spooning is a great way to get people excited and slowly make them feel better, which makes everything more exciting. When it's time to move forward, it's important to use this close contact to strengthen the connection between you. It's a chance to bond not only physically, but also emotionally, creating a sense of comfort that can lead to something even better in a mature relationship. Remember that building something slowly can have a lasting effect. To have more power. Let's talk about a position that may seem exciting, but has a deeper meaning for many mature women: the reverse cowgirl. In this position, she is in charge, and this can change everything between you. At this point in their lives, women have learned a lot about what they like. She has the power to change the speed, direction, and intensity of what's happening for a woman who may not have felt pressured to meet standards before. Having this kind of power over your life can be very freeing and satisfying. A friend of mine told me that the first time she tried this position, she felt amazing. It wasn't just the physical pleasure, but also the confidence that came from being able to control everything. She realized that the sense of power was just as important as the pleasure itself. It made her feel strong and wanted, which affected her partner too. This is where you come in. Even though she's in charge, you still have a role to play. Support her and make her feel like she can explore freely. Research shows that a woman's happiness goes up a lot when she feels like she's in charge of her own pleasure. So instead of just watching, talk to her, touch her, and look at her in a way that makes her feel even stronger. Plus, from where you're standing, you can see every part of her body, which makes the whole thing even more exciting. But it's not just what you see. It's what that image says about a strong woman who knows what she wants. This is a reminder of how powerful confidence can be, especially at a time when many people think passion has faded. Don't underestimate the emo effect of the reverse cowgirl. When she feels free to explore without fear, a new level of intimacy is created between you. It's like saying, "You have control, and I trust you," which makes all the difference. In the end, the reverse cowgirl isn't just a position that makes her feel good. It's a space where she can show her confidence and freedom, and for you, it's a chance to enjoy all of that. After all, at this point in her life, confidence is without a doubt the most powerful thing she has. Rhythm is everything. Let's talk about how to read her body. Rhythm is important for pleasure. We can focus too much on technique or positions, but what counts most is connecting with what she feels. Everyone has a unique way of moving, and it's important to learn to recognize that in order to make special moments. It takes time, attention, and a little patience for this to happen. First, it's important to remember that an older woman's body may react differently than it did when she was younger. For women over 50, the sexual response can be slower, but it can also be deeper and last longer if they take the time and are patient. It's not always a good idea to rush. Imagine her body as music. Sometimes the melody is soft and slow, and other times it builds up to a huge peak. Your job is to pay attention to that beat. Rhythm how? If her breathing gets faster or deeper, that means things are going well. Also, pay attention to how she responds to touch or kisses. If she arches her back or closes her eyes, you're probably hitting the right notes. Ask questions. We think we have to guess everything sometimes, but talking is the key to a fun sexual experience. A simple, "Do you like this?" or "How do you feel?" can lead to even more pleasure. You don't feel less important in this moment. In fact, it helps you connect with her more. Another thing that works well is changing the beats. Don't stick to one speed. Start slowly to build up her excitement, and then speed things up when you think she's ready. But do it gradually and without any big jumps. Rhythm isn't just about moving your body, it's also about how you feel. For women, a whisper or a word at the right time can change everything. Being wanted, respected, and understood is what makes you happy. The key is to be present and not just do the things you're supposed to do. There is no finish line in this event. You can make the experience more intense by putting in more effort to understand her signs. Learning to read a woman's body doesn't have to be hard. You just need to be tuned in, pay attention to the details, and be flexible. What makes a moment a moment? Not just what you do, but also how you do it, and the thoughts you have as you go are unforgettable. Many people think that fantasies are only for young people, but that's not true. In fact, this is a great time to explore desires you may have kept hidden for a long time. The good news is that your partner may have fantasies too. Research shows that both men and women continue to have sexual fantasies well into their 60s or 70s. The big difference between couples who fulfill their fantasies and those who don't is the courage to talk about them. It can be hard to open your heart and share these desires, but once you do, everything becomes so much more fun. Picture a calm afternoon at home, just the two of you and a glass of wine. Now is the perfect time to bring up those little desires that have never been shared. You don't have to dive right. Instead, start with something light like, I've always been curious about, or have you ever thought about? This creates a safe space where you can talk without fear of being judged, and when trust is present, a new level of intimacy arises. Remember that fantasies don't have to be big. They can be simple things like trying something new at home, changing the setting, or planning a trip to a special place where you can get away from the routine. What's important is getting out of your comfort zone and rediscovering each other. Pay attention to what she says. A very important step is to let your partner talk about what she wants without judging her. Being heard and understood is a powerful feeling that can spark a spark you didn't even know you had. Their fantasies after 50 aren't just about the act itself, but also about the freedom to explore new sensations and rediscover themselves at a time in life when love, trust, and closeness are even stronger. If you've ever thought you'd tried everything, know that you still have so much more to discover. You just have to be brave enough to explore it. Being mature isn't a problem. It's a chance to learn new things about yourself and your partner. Remember everything we've talked about the next time you're with your partner. Be fully present and enjoy every moment. Life is too short not to live it fully. If you've made it this far, let me know you're still with me. I really like this station. If you liked this video, please don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Let's talk about important things that can make your life better every day. My name is Laura, and I'll see you soon.